be doing air fried chicken recipe today. Very simple. Air fryers are super easy to use. Cleanup's usually fairly easy as well, and this is a staple of the food that I make. So I want to show you first. I have some pre-cut chicken over here. Okay, and I have thawed this out. So it's a combination of chicken breast and thighs at the same time, because I like to use both of these things. You can do this with just chicken breast if you want, but I like to incorporate both into my recipes. So you have to do a quick cutting of the chicken breast because it's a little too big for the air fryer at the moment. So let's go ahead and get our cutting board out and get my trusty knife that's over here. Again, these live streams will be cut down into more digestible parts, pun intended, right? And if you're someone that doesn't like looking at things being cut, then look away right now because I'm going to cut some chicken. And if you're a vegetarian, I apologize, but I'm not. So thus you looked at the title and still are here. But you know, you can also do this with vegetables as well. I mean, something that has a little more hardiness to it, maybe even with some tofu. And you probably would get a similar result to this. With air fryers, especially the way that they cook, they tend to keep a lot of the moisture in the middle of the food, whereas like you might do this on a normal frying pan and then you might actually get kind of rubbery texture of food. So anyway, those are now cut. Let's get back to the next part of this. Get you guys up there. All right, so what are my ingredients that I'm going to put into this? Wash my hands. What are the ingredients that I'm going to put into this? Okay, so we have our chicken right here. And I have 3 breasts in there and about 6 thighs, right? And you could do more or less if you need one of them that you want. But so my little ingredients here are enchilada sauce, tahini, garlic, powdered garlic, coarse salt, paprika, and this is turmeric. This was a 5-pound gallon jug of turmeric that I had, and it's almost gone. It lasted for several years already, okay? So I'm not someone that uses measurements when I cook, okay? So I just literally put stuff on there, right? Just pile it on there and go for it. With this one, you know, you can use like 1/3 of the container for any type of batch that you're doing. You know, I just try to make sure that everything is thoroughly covered to some extent. With the tahini, I'm very generous with the tahini as I go over everything. The more tahini, the better. This is kind of this and the turmeric are like super powered as far as what they do to the flavor of it, in my opinion. The enchilada sauce, that's good on everything. Tahini's good on everything too, but for some reason, one day I just decided to throw this into my chicken, and I've never stopped. Okay, it's just that amazing to me. So that's enough of that. Paprika, careful with this one. You don't want to go too much with it, but it depends on your spice level. And when I say spice, I mean burning level. Okay, paprika is not too strong. It's more of a flavor. Salt. Okay, again with this one, I'm not going to do too much because you can always add more salt later. So I'm just going to do enough to cover the top here because that can be all pushed around. And then the turmeric, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon, a heaping tablespoon of turmeric. So there you go. If you want measurements, there's a measurement for you, okay? Nice big tablespoon of turmeric. Good. And then all you're going to do is get into it and mix it up. So I'm going to get in here, just mix it up, get my hands dirty. This is the best part of the whole thing, in my opinion. Now be careful with this turmeric because it can actually stain clothes, all right? And you can get it with your fingernails, so if you don't want to use your hands to get into this stuff, get out of the way, garlic. If you don't want to get into your hands to get into this stuff, you don't want the turmeric to get stuck on you and stain you, then, you know, don't do it this way. Okay, let's do a quick washing of our hands over here. Not that you need to see me do this, but it is YouTube, so whatever. Ew, I got some seasoning on my phone. Delicious. Let's take care of that. No harm, no foul. Good. All right, so we have our turmeric and everything else mixed in there right now. And then this is the easy part right here. Okay, you just have your air fryer, and I'm just going to fill up the bottom. Just whichever ones I want to start with, it doesn't matter. Okay, just fill up the bottom here, and I'll show you in just a second how much space is taken up in the bottom, because this will all shrink up pretty well once it's cooked. I can layer a couple of them, right? So I'm already starting to fill up a bit here, but I can layer a couple of them. It's not going to cause any issues because it'll be in there for 20 minutes. And you will see the after picture of this in my, I'll put a post of it up here as well inside of my just daily picture post, whatever, to show you what it looks like. And maybe I'll update the profile picture as well. Let's see if we got anything else here. Okay, that's about fully filled up here. Okay, so you can see, okay, it's fairly filled up inside of there. All I'm going to do from there is put it in like that, okay, and then I'm going to, well, obviously turn it on, make sure it's that. I put it in for 20 minutes. That's like the perfect amount of time, in my opinion, for 20 minutes. And then it's at 370. That's just fine. I've never had any issue with that, all right? So 370, 20 minutes, turn it on. I'm not going to put it on just yet because it's going to make a lot of noise. But this ends up tasting absolutely awesome. And I'm not going to keep you on a live stream for 20 minutes while it cooks. But when I do the edit version of this, I will show that as well. So hopefully you make some of this too and tell me how it tastes. Everybody, you all have a good day. End live.